Back everybody, this is the ammo that we're going to be testing out in today's video. It is the Winchester Ranger 9mm 147 grain bonded jacketed hollow point round, product number RA9 Bravo, as you see there. The listed velocity on this ammo is going to be 995 feet per second, which is a little bit slow for 9mm. For those of you new to ballistic tests, that's due to the heavy for grain, heavy for caliber, I should say, weight. 147 grain is generally the heaviest bullet that you're going to see in 9mm calibers. Very popular round. This particular round here, the RA9 Bravo, has a ton of law enforcement federal agency contracts to include FBI, ATF, DEA, etc. A lot of those folks that are carrying 9mm weapons are carrying this ammo in it. So it's got a lot of testing behind it, a lot of research behind it, and very popular round for those reasons. Just taking a look at the actual round itself, you'll note that the bullet shape itself does look kind of like the old Black Talon bullets. So there's a reason for that. This is sort of the descendant of the Black Talon bullets as it appears in the modern times here. The case on there has a nickel-plated coating, so that way it's very easy to pick up in your gun. If you have a loaded chamber indicator or you're just looking in there, you'll be able to very easily see it. But right now, let's take a look at the gun that we're going to be using it in and get on with the test. The gun that we're going to be using in today's ammo test is the M&P full-size VTAC with that 4 1/4 inch barrel. Let's go ahead and check out the chronograph numbers coming out of this gun next. Wound track just above the measuring tape is the one you want to look at. Looks like we had pretty much immediate expansion after the 1 inch mark. It's expanded up. There's a nice permanent wound cavity moving on down to about the 8 or 9 inch mark. After that, it settles down a little bit. Moving down the line, you'll see it penetrates the first block and moves all the way into the second block, stopping right at 20 inches. The retained weight is 9.4 grams, which equates to 145 grains. Average expansion was right around 0.55 inches. Well, as you just saw, we had a good bit of penetration, which is to be expected with the heavy grain 9mm rounds. That 147 grain is going to give a lot of momentum behind the round, and the lack of expansion, or I should say the lack of broad expansion, you know, this was getting 0.55 inches in terms of expanded diameter, and if you take a look at some of the 124 grain or 115 grain rounds out there, a lot of those are expanding over the 0.60 inch mark, which is going to create more drag as it goes through the gel, and obviously that equates to a shorter penetration depth. So no surprises, as we mentioned earlier. The velocity was spot on what the manufacturer says it will do, which is always good, generating 995 feet per second and 323 foot-pounds of energy. Easy to see why this is a popular load. A lot of folks out there like that high penetration rate, a little bit more than what I personally would be comfortable with, but I know a lot of you guys out there have no issues with it whatsoever. And that velocity is also going to work well with suppressors, so a lot of you guys using suppressors for home defense or other defensive roles are going to like this round. If you guys have any questions about anything I talk about in this review or any other round we test here on the channel, you can always post below in the comment section. If you don't have a YouTube account, you can also post over at my Facebook page. But as always, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I hope to see you in the next video.